maybe you don't need TP because you have that ult, but.
I mean, I would have thought you'd want a TP because you have the TP from TF ult. Having another TP can really turn around a fight.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you said, the engage ult is there, but even so, it's not quite as fast as a TP. Do you think we'll see an invade? Well, most likely we will here.
I think Hive Mind is. I think they're smoked so much that they're definitely going to look for something here.
So a traditional 5-point for Invictus. The jungle showing mid as well.
Oh god, what are they doing?
Are they going to push up?
I appreciate Invictus's approach. They're like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Let's just do a 5-man everywhere. Just spread it around the map and just be super safe.
I mean, they are right though. They're showing the jungler mid so that they don't know which way they'll go, whether Lilia will start blue or red. And Hive Mind are backing off.
Yeah.
Which I think is the correct call here. No?
Oh,
they are they staying?
Oh my god, they are.
Are they looking for the very, very late invade now? Kled has gone back top. So they will miss out on the Kled Q. Are they really going for it? They are. The Invictus are not ready for this one. Gold card onto the blue. I don't think anything's going to happen here, really.
No. They need to back off here.
Yeah.
Or do they?
I don't. Surely they can't do it, though.
I mean, Lilia's given it up. There's no contest.
Very interesting, I guess. That's a free blue buff.
I mean, you'll take that every day of the week.
Yes. So we'll probably see a counter jungling from the Lilia to get the blue buff from Hive Mind.
Yeah, but look at how Azir is pathing. He's going straight to his own blue side. Oh, that lameness. Yeah,
a lot of early damage from Davis. That's a flash already. Oh. I mean, I did say Kiana has an extremely weak laning phase. She is countered by a lot of matchups. And Syndra is definitely not favourable until later on in the game.
Yeah. And if Syndra gets ahead, yeah, good luck with that, outplay button.
Yeah. You do have to worry about Soraka late game getting completely one-shot by a Syndra. And as I said, he did counter-invade.
Oh.
And Azir early.
Kled is here.
Kled is coming. He hits the Q.
Ignite.
This could be...
He's dead.
That is first blood. That will be first blood. To the Kled, to Hive Mind. Syndra roaming to the blue buff. Azir should be safe. Yeah, Syndra moving out. Dave as well in trouble. Gets out just in time.
He gets a flash out of that as well.
That's a huge fight already.
Yeah.
In the favour of Hive Mind.
It's so big as well because he used both summoners to get the kill on Lilia.
Yeah.
But then he gets the GP flash as well. Oh, that was a nice W.
Nice. There's a decent farm diff in bot lane as well. It will be slightly cut down, not much. Across the board, otherwise, CS seems to be relatively even.
Yeah. Bot lane is helping to get this scuttle.
Yeah.
And that looks pretty calm so far. Kled's got Ruby Crystal and Cloth.
Yeah, you want the cloth armor against the Gangplank. Just a constant barrage of Gangplank Qs.
Yeah.
He'll probably either pick up a Ninja Tab Eyes, whatever they're called now, or even a Grievous Wounds item very early on to prevent the healing from Corrupting Potion.
I'm surprised. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say that the Azir is keeping up in jungle, but he's really not.
No. I mean, he's only 4 behind currently, but you just think Lilia is able to farm a lot more effectively.
Yep.
Just has more AoE and is a faster champion to get around the map.
If this game goes on for a longer period of time, that Azir is going to do so much more, I think.
Late game Azir is a recurring nightmare for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insanely powerful, and if they can get this game to go on later, we can see an incredibly powerful AP marksman in the game.
Yeah, and it's also double scuttle now for Lilia. She's having fun.
Yeah.
She's behind and okay. Oh, okay, the assist, yeah.
Yes, the assist gold. Dave nearly caught by the Kled Q, but nothing much comes of it.
Yeah. Considering the team comp, I'm actually surprised it's this calm, but maybe it's just my idea of how this team comp plays, but then maybe they think, like, just let the Azir scale.
I mean, they've got... I just don't know how they want this to go. Sure, obviously, Azir wants to scale. That is his prime directive.
And then Kiana's like, can we not?
Yeah, Kiana falls off very hard in after mid game. So unless they really are just going for the Kiana Azir ult fantasy.
Oh.
Dave is playing very risky here. Will they look on the gangplank? Do they don't have vision in that bush. They do now. Is Dave gonna get caught here?
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
That ignite also ensures it.
Yeah. I don't think there was too much he could have done. That was really well done by the Azir.
I was
just to wait.
that he didn't pick him up here. Surely you see him here, right? Because he was sitting here.
I'm not sure.
That was the only thing that was confusing to me.
Yeah. Some decent damage on the from the Kiana.
But she needs to be careful. That Syndra's level 6.
Yeah.
If she gets like a small combo, like a Q into a QE.
Even a QE.
Yeah.
Just a QE ult probably will definitely force the Kiana out of lane. For sure. No more refillable as well on the Kiana, so no regen currently.
She's dead.
That is a stun, and that is a very dead Kiana. The Gangplank ult as well, following up on that.
He almost seems excessive, but
yeah,
especially considering it's such a high cooldown.
Good route by the center there. I mean, that's a very good roam by Leona there, by Eris.
Yeah, gives them the plating as well as I think it's like 2 or 3 waves crashing into the turret. Oh.
Is this going to be... That's an ult by Lilia. Drowsy. I think he'll be fine. The Soraka healing is just too much. And that's stunned under turret.
They're just
healing from the center. There we go. Yeah, this is what I think you're mentioning, that the ADC center that just lacks the damage needed for... And this is this going to be Eris going down? The ult coming out from Enix saves.
Yep, but that's now both global ultimates used as well.
Yeah. Do you think they will look for Dragon here, or just put pressure?
Oh, they're going for a dive here. Holy shit.
They're going for the dive. I mean, it's still a Leona.
Yeah,
Leona doesn't
but
have ult,
she's
though.
level 5.
Yeah, she doesn't have ult.
The moment she's 6, you need to back off here.
I mean, the Kiana has... That's a very good flash by Luke. Leona will go down here. Okay. But that was a very good flash to avoid the Kiana ult.
Yeah. However, in all of that, Syndra got 3 plates and another 2 waves pushed into the turret. So
yeah, I mean, look at the CS difference. 38 to nearly 70 now.
Yeah.
On the Syndra, that is...
Look at this gold lead as well. Holy
that is a huge gold lead.
That's
already.
9 minutes into the game. God damn it.
And even with the 2 kills on the Kled, there is only a 200 gold lead towards Hive Mind.
Yeah.
And that really shows the mid gold difference is incredibly strong right now.
He's sitting behind the Kiana, probably looking for that ult engage, right?
Yeah.
But it's just Davis is playing it safely.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely what he's looking for here, right? He's looking for the Kled engage into like just killing him.
Yeah. Although Kiana doesn't have ult, so I'm not quite sure how they'll be able to lock her down for enough time.
Yeah, that's true.
Possibly with the that is the TF. There we go. Well, the TF ult into the gold card, into the Kled ult. Yes, there was definitely no getting out of that one. And the dive onto the Soraka. Can he do it? Leona's tanking a lot to the minions. The banana. Will the banana do it?
Oh my god.
The banana of power really coming into play.
Oh my god.
It's also the Order of the Banana Soraka skin. Bananas ROP. That was a misplaced ult, I think, by the Leona. Not stunning the Soraka really meant that that dive was going nowhere.
Yeah. It also just, you looked at it and you're like, oh, you're taking a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And
and this is a free rift as well.
They're probably going to use that mid or top side just to accelerate it even further.
I would say. This is what I was saying.
Yeah.
Azir, if the Kiana had ult there, that would have been an even quicker death, I think, for the Lilia.
That's the second GP ult that did pretty much nothing.
Yeah. I think what they'll probably want to do with the Rift Herald is, as you said, use it either mid or top and grab the dragon as Rift is being put down.
Yeah. If you'd have to choose, which one would you take? Would you take top side to accelerate your Kled more, or would you have it mid to give your Kiana a bit more of a breather?
You'd probably want to accelerate the Kled, and it also means the Gangplank can't respond to the dragon.
Yep. Yep.
I'd say, in terms of in a small enclosed area, the Gangplank is scarier in the pits. So having the Gangplank forced off to defend the Rift Herald is probably more important. The Kled Q coming again.
Oh, he's got Hex Flash as
Hex
well.
Flash.
Oh, that is... We're actually reaching cringe level.
I mean, it's a very, very weird pick, but the magic of UNL. That is an ult onto the Kiana. Very amazing ult there, but it's not going to be enough. And Frostmouth goes down. They might look to just push this turret all the way down. I think they have the minions to do it. That is, Azir is looking for bot lane turret.
Yeah. I think this turret's gone here. Actually,
they don't have the minions though. I think its first turret will go to be Invictus.
Yep.
It looks like. Yeah, first turret goes to be Invictus. I mean, a very close turret race there, but
yeah, and that swings
finishing that off.
The gold also in being Invictus' favor. Very slightly, but it does.
And
it's back.
That turret. But again, only 200 gold difference. The Lilia is in a very awkward spot here.
Ooh, what was that?
That was an Azir ult. Good. I think that had to be the flash out by the Lilia. And also misses out on the blue buff, which is quite important for Lilia.
Yeah, Kled reset, and he's also going mid lane, and underside is safe between if he wants to go mid, top, or stay around the Drake. Neither team has actually started the Drake almost 14 minutes in.
And it is only a Cloud Dragon, so I assume they weren't. Both teams didn't think it was worth the risk.
Yeah.
The turret platings have fallen, so they won't get the additional gold.
Yeah.
From the turret platings for this rift. I think that possibly was a mistake. Wow, this team fight going on. Central, Kiana, Sindra coming in with a TP. That is Frostmouth saving with the Hex Drinker, must be?
Yes.
Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it was Hex Drinker there. Can they get Azir here? Fantastic Kiana ult. Senna picking up Azir. There's so much is happening. The Kled is now back mounted. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a rough one.
100 there.
Yeah.
Who came out of that on top? Not really anyone. It's still 300 gold in favor of Hivemind.
Yeah, the kills are in favor of Hivemind on the scoreboard, but the gold is pretty even. And also, using that Herald after turret plates fell cost them, what, like 300-400 gold as well?
Yeah, and they definitely would have been able to get at least 3 turret platings had they put it down just that slightly bit earlier.
Yeah, but also the GP ult instantly to thin down the wave, which was then...
Yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you look at these comps now and think, that is a very scary Kled. 303, like, obviously behind in farm, but you kind of wonder whether the Gangplank will be able to do too much in terms of the Kled engaged later on.
Yeah, that Kled is starting to be a bit of a threat. I wonder...
And the Azir, which we were talking as an interesting pick early on, but 3-1-3, nice. A very, very good scoreline for a pick that no one saw coming, shall we say. Are we going to see a dragon fight? 16 minutes in, still no dragon. Syndra being engaged on, very good E. But again, that Kled is just so dangerous. It's not Bush Garen, it's a Bush Kled. And still, there doesn't seem to be any wards on the dragon from either side.
Oh, the engage.
So I think and the engage, the Azir ult into the Kiana ult. Is anyone going to pop? Enix is down. Kled engaging onto the Leona. Not enough. Kled may be in trouble here. Kled was that Gore Drinker? I think it might have been to finish.
Pistol.
Oh yeah, it's just his Q. Yeah, he's not going Gore Drinker. My bad. And that is a very good Azir engage to finish off the Lilia.
Yeah.
I don't think Syndra can do too much here.
She needs to be careful.
That Syndra E is down. They probably could chase if they were going to. But I think the sensible option, as they're doing, is to back out.
Yeah, back out, reset, probably get your gold in converted to items that you just got in this team fight.
I mean, that is now 3k gold lead. That is a huge, huge fight. Well, series of fights there. They may have to give up the dragon, though. The Invictus are moving towards the dragon.
But I'd say that's not a big deal. It's a cloud, so a cloud drake.
Yeah.
You don't really care. It's first drake, so as well.
And it's first drake at 18 minutes. I doubt there'll be enough time in this game to get all the way to Soul, even Elder Dragon.
Yeah,
that would be asking a lot.
Yeah, and there wasn't really any position for them to contest it. They didn't have Smite on the Azir. They didn't have all the important ults. There's nothing you could have done.
I think that's a pretty good trade, though. Really.
Yeah.
A turret and a dragon for that team fight, and Kled finishing off the top outer turret in response to a Gangplank spot.
I liked it how what you said basically came true, that they're looking for that Azir ult into a Kiana to then just completely CC chain the enemy team.
Yeah, I was lucky enough. I found out about it during an ARAM game where I was the Kiana and a very good Azir player, and we just mullered the enemy team constantly with that combo. And I'm very happy to see it in a UNL game.
Yeah, that must have been an obnoxious game for you, the enemies.
Yes. It was not fun. Permanently invis Kiana.
Yeah, for them.
Yes. And Rift Herald goes down.
Oh, engage.
This will be a engage TF ult, Kled ult, Kiana ult. And that is a huge wipe there. Gangplank coming in.
Oh.
Gangplank ult does very well there. Catches the Azir out. Enix has to flash there. Again, though, that does work out very nicely for Hivemind. They get the Rift. and they got it was 2 for 1 in the end.
Yeah, and you can also kind of see, right, they just have so much damage, and the Soraka is only going to start to scale more and more. She's going to be able to just top up everyone.
Yeah, and you just look at this this game now, a 6-2 Azir jungle.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, that is Natcha's Tooth is there already. He's going for he's nearly finished his mythic. You just kind of think, how can be Invictus get through the Kled onto the TF and the Azir? And I don't think they currently have the damage for that.
Yeah.
The Senna needs a long time to scale for that damage to come out.
I think if you very early into the team fight take out Azir, you might be able to, but as it goes further and further, that Soraka healing is gonna make it very, very difficult to get there. Plus, he has the soldier, so he's usually always gonna be pretty fine.
Yeah. And the Kled engage with the Kiana following with her ult, as we saw in that last team fight, it just completely massacred
the
Invictus, and they had no real answer in that team fight. They had the Gangplank ult that did manage to pick off one. Oh, there's been a pause. I think that's a DC from the mid lane.
Yes, there's some internet issues with the Syndra. Looks like it's figured out.
Gives us a bit of a breather after some very intense fights. Baron has just come up just a minute ago, which will be the next objective, will almost certainly be the next big team fight.
Mm-hmm. So if I'd put you on the spot here, if you're be Invictus, the red team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you're be Invictus, what do you think has to happen for them to win the game? Is it late game, or what has to happen?
I mean, honestly, it's a magical Lilia 5-man ult into a Gangplank ult, Senna ult, and Syndra just cleans up the fight. That's pretty much the only way a team fight can go.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're looking at this and you're like, oh god, this is really doomed at this point.
It's the scaling of the Azir in the team fights now. Yeah. I think they have to eliminate the Azir quickly. Mm-hmm. And as you said, the Soraka now, she has finished it's Moonstone Renewer is the item, right?
Fuck knows. I think I'm not going to pretend that I know any of the new items.
It's is it Moonstone Renewer? The healing item that she goes. Moonstone Renewer, that's the one.
And she's building a thing for the, what's it called? The one that Lulu kept building in that Lulu meta.
Ardent Sensor.
Yes.
Yeah, there's two. There's the Ardent Sensor, which is for AD, and there's an AP version of Ardent Sensor, which both build from the same things, which she might build both at this point. She probably actually would want to build the AP.
She might even look at the Mikhail's one as well.
Yeah.
Just because you want to at least get some CC down. But then again, I mean, I ask you the question, but I 100% agree with you. I think this is a game state where you're really rough. And it's so funny because you look at it and it's, sure, you look at the front score and you're like, well, 13 to 4 kills. But then you look at the gold and it's pretty close actually. But then if you know where the gold is allocated to, then you know why it's fucked. Because you look at it and you're like, Kled is super fed, Azir is super fed, and that's all you need, basically.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about the TF, Granny Spanner's TF, as it's kind of been overshadowed by what's happening in the top and jungle.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 205, very much out-farming the Senna now, has been very strong in the team fights and very good roams with his ult. Oh, again. Paused.
Yes, and Syndra had some bug. Yeah, they're saying it in chat as well.
It's unfortunate, but the small indie company that Rito is, It's to be
Don't
expected.
even get me fucking started. This stream will get taken down really fucking quick if I start talking about that
Okay.
that company.
It's okay. They're concentrating on an FPS instead. It's fine.
I was gonna say a very inappropriate comment. You know what? I'll mute so the stream doesn't hear what I'm gonna say, but you're gonna hear what I'm gonna say. Alright, so we're back.
After that ever so slight interruption, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's a bit fucked, right? But then, okay, what I will say is to be devil's advocate, I'm looking at this GP, and this GP is starting. Okay, maybe I don't know. What kind of itemization do you look at on a GP? Is it 1.5? So is it around here, or do you need like 2, 3 items finished? When is he starting to be like that GP that I know from like the old days?
so he's got his Essence Reaver,
Yes.
which is the key item
Yes.
in the current meta for Gangplank. Like, it just massively increases his Q and barrel damage. I'm assuming by what he's going, it looks to be the healing item, the shield bow, I think. He's got Noon Quiver and Vampiric Scepter, which I don't think he'd be getting unless he goes for shield bow, which I'm assuming is so he doesn't get deleted by the Azir. His power spike realistically comes from, I think they still go Infinity Edge. I think that's still the best way for the barrels to destroy an enemy's life bar. So realistically, he's strong now, but he wants another item before before he can really basically one-shot the and that is an ult onto 2 members of Hive Mind. Senna ult coming through onto the TF. Soraka staying alive just about. The Invictus absolutely smashing Hive Mind this one. That Senna ult massively turned the team fight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The E missing on the Kiana. Kiana will be able to... No, not quite. Kiana, I think that was Ignite onto Gangplank. But, wow, what a team fight for B Invictus.
That was very big.
3k gold down to win that fight.
I'm surprised as well, considering that Syndra was TPing behind. So she was TPing around here next to like the inhibitor, so she didn't join this fight for a while.
That was kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, this is the perfect representation of like a caster curse. You're like, yeah, this is so doomed. We both agree. It's like, yeah, they're never gonna win.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, they kind of just almost aced the team fight.
That is a lot of stacks on the Senna. Are we able to check the stacks on Senna?
Yeah, I can. It's 54, 52, or 53.
Oh, less than I thought, but I mean, Senna really only starts to get a big power spike at kind of the 80 stack mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Luke would definitely want to be stacking a little bit better if he can at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I guess it's not fasting Senna, so he's not able to get as many stacks from minions. So that's probably relatively decent for a normal ADC Senna. Right. We're now starting to see them set up for Baron. Both teams trying to get vision.
This is going to be the important one because they don't like B Invictus doesn't have really big DPS. So if you get the Baron and you're pushing a Baron wave in, you're like, yeah, good luck, like have fun. The only one that can really do some damage is maybe GP ult or something, but
the Gangplank barrels are good for wave clear, but this is a TF Kled ult onto the Gangplank, and that is a Azir ult as well. I think the Azir ult was definitely overkill there, but there was no escaping from TF and Kled engage there.
Yeah, and you can see the Death Ball comp where they just run at you, and they all get sped up by the Kled ult as well, so they all are running at you at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, and even with Gangplank's famous oranges, there was no getting out of
those oranges.
that CC chain.
those oranges would have cured Corona in like 2 seconds.
If only, if only.
See, that's what Riot should be investing into. Make those GP oranges actually a reality.
Imagine.
Imagine
Right.
just like one arm less, and you're just like, yeah, this is an orange. You bite into it, and you have another arm.
Kiana's pushing the mid lane wave. Syndra has to come top surely now.
Yeah. Kiana around here.
Kiana will have ult for this. Obviously, Kled won't. TF won't. So I think Hive Mind should just back out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
want to maybe mention that there is an Infernal Soul as well. So the Invictus.
Do you think this game will get to Infernal Soul?
I doubt it, considering the first drink was taken so late. But you never know.
Possibly. I mean, we're asking for it would be Invictus taking both dragons as well.
Yeah.
Where currently they have no vision control at all, unfortunately. And look at the damage from the Azir. Another like turret down.
Q, right?
That was Q with 2 autos, I think, possibly.
Yeah.
And Senna has to back out straight away. And we were confused by it at the start, but we're really starting to see why Azir, and that's a Hex Flash. I think possibly trying to go for the Syndra. Kled ult onto the Syndra. I don't think there's any way she's getting out. Very good Senna ult. Lilia ult on there. Kiana ult kills the Lilia. Soraka is down. Kled is slow. Will he get his form back? He will not. He will. Just survives that. Wow. Azir is down though. Leona is down on the side of Invictus. And wow, Kled getting out of that was very, very lucky. Yeah, absolute slither of health on the Kled.
He's on 100 HP.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, these team fights look better for Invictus than I'd expect them to look. Especially considering you look at this and you're like, well, they got caught out.
Yeah, that was a big catch on the Syndra, but the Senna ult keeping everyone alive just that little bit longer, so they're allowed to get out of this incredibly dangerous position. And I mean, the gold is still relatively even. It's what 1.5, 1.8. It's not a huge goal difference considering, what the team fights, have been showing as well. So they are looking to set up both teams around Dragon Pit. This could be a huge team fight for both sides.
They do not have Kled ult, which I think is why they are hesitating a bit.
Yeah. Is Lilia ult up? A good Lilia E into that team could cause devastation. Why is Senna playing quite so high up there? Good E, fantastic Leona ult, Root. They're all in the Gangplank ult. They've just got out of it. This is going the way of Invictus and Azir with a fantastic ult, but it's not going to be enough. Frostmouth goes down as well, and Dave just proving why you cannot allow him the Gangplank.
That GP.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw it, but I mean, I think you saw it, but like that GP ult here zoned almost the entire team. That was so big.
They couldn't step into it at all. And it was the Leona ult. The Leona ult kept, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was the TF stuck in the Gangplank ult just for that little bit longer.
Was massive.
There's a Baron, and I think with the Gangplank and Senna damage, they should be able to eat through this relatively quickly.
Yeah, TF has ult in like 2 seconds, so he could look for the roam here. He's definitely going to have it in time. Yeah, he has it now. He uses it.
Are all up now as well. This is quite scary for Invictus. Where is the TF going? I think that's just to zone out. Baron back to full HP, and Invictus now have to back, giving Hive Mind a huge advantage.
Ooh, this back is
Baron
dangerous.
fight.
I don't know about backing here.
that was, I mean, Gangplank has TP'd back, and Syndra, both Syndra and Gangplank will be in the team fight. Senna will not. That is in Kled engage, but it's going to miss, I think.
Yep.
TF gold card. Azir, that's a huge Azir ult. Kiana ult all around the wall as well. That is huge. That is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Will Syndra and Senna get out? It looks like it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That engage just proving too unstoppable.
I think they're looking for the end here. Or at least an in-hit. I think they're going to try.
I don't think, with that wave clear from Syndra, I don't think they can end. Yeah, and they can definitely push this turret down, but I don't think they can get too much more.
Yeah, I think I was mistaken there. I just didn't expect the Syndra to be... Yeah, she's super, super strong right now.
The Soraka on very low health, but she'll be able to walk out freely. Deep breath. Are you surprised that they didn't go for the Baron?
A bit, yeah. A little bit. Oh.
And the Kled gets his form back, so he gets his cowardly skull.
That's
so good.
Interactive gameplay for you.
Yeah. But now, just as we said, for Invictus backing, Hive Mind now have to back. Can Invictus go for the Baron? I don't think they will.
I think this was just because was Azir alive there?
Azir wasn't alive, so
yeah. So then you probably don't have the DPS, right?
Yeah.
No smite, no DPS, and you're just like unnecessarily looking for trouble there. Then.
Although I mean, TF is 6-2 with Kraken Slayer and Rageblade. They probably did have the DPS. I'm not sure, but. Possibly just because they didn't want to risk without a smite. That is that's an ult onto the Azir. I don't think they will go. They will, and Azir pops. Kiana ult on. Granny Spanner is going to go down. Soraka heals. Gangplank ult down. Azir turret is doing bits there, but TF goes down as well. And Invictus are proving themselves incredibly worthy.
Yeah. And
they are going to look for a Baron here.
I really like their mental here because they were very far behind in the early game of this game, but they kept their composure and their... You can see what we talked about, right? When you catch out that Azir, it's just the damage profile immediately changes and you're no longer that threatening.
It was also a huge fight as Kled was nowhere near. He was topside, out of ult range. That was a very, very, very smart decision by Invictus. And... Lilia ult, even if it's only on one person, as long as it's on the Azir.
Yeah, as long as you get that one target off, there's so much less DPS on the team that it's so worth.
And we're now really starting to see Syndra. That's a 5-1 Syndra.
Yeah,
just starting to press R. Very, very. She's starting to press R, and it's definitely hurting now.
She's going to do that stat check where it's like, well, do you have the stats to survive this?
Engage onto the Leona. Good W by Enix. TF instantly destroyed there. Suspect TF ult, I think they're positioning. And I think Invictus will just want to push forward onto the Kiana here. What? Kiana destroying that. That is a Gangplank TP coming back in, though. Frostmith stepping up, gets absolutely popped. Azir, where is Azir going to go? Azir is going to get caught out by Dave's Gangplank, and that is Infernal Soul for Invictus. Who would have thought? Wow, it was what, 18 minutes was the first dragon? I think it was?
Yep.
18 minutes first dragon, and 34 minutes we have the Soul. Soul and Baron go the way of Invictus. Wow. And suddenly the game is swung very, very far in the opposite direction. It's now 4k gold lead for Invictus, 4 dragons, even in kills, with a very fair Syndra.
Yeah, and that Syndra, that Dabus played it very well as well in that team fight. When he immediately, the moment he saw that TF ult, he was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I hit my abilities to CC and kill you, So then you have no threat on the back line, and then the front line takes over, and you just saw the effect of that. Oh,
yeah. Azir playing very ballsy. Zhonya's coming out. I think this could be... That is a popped Azir, a popped Soraka, a popped TF. Qiyana has to use the ult defensively, and I am really not sure about the double plant there from the Azir. That was a strange play.
That should get you at least 1 or 2 of these inhibs here. You're going to have so much push, around 30 seconds left until they respawn.
And Baron, with Baron minions as well.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything they can do to defend these turrets at all. They have no wave clear. Kled and Qiyana have 0 wave clear, particularly against Baron minions.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the game just because they will respawn, but I think you can threaten this second inhib, then back off.
Second inhib, back off.
Yep.
And wow, Luke needs to get out. It's not gonna fall.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that self-restraint. Because you're like, yeah, we could get, you know, the 1 or 2 autos, but that's exactly what you could. I can't even fucking speak right now.
It will get you killed.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Could cost you. Yes, could cost you the game, because then they can engage and they can look at this as the opening that they'll use. They throw everything in the kitchen sink on you, and then maybe you're dead, right?
And does someone like a immobile Senna? Even just staying for that 1 extra auto.
Yeah.
If you're in stun card range of TF, anything like that, spells death.
And you have both your damagers are super immobile, right? You have Syndra and Senna. You're just like, if they manage to get on top of you, you're dead. And I like that self-restraint. Obviously, sure, right? Like, you look at it, you laugh at it, you're like, oh, they should have hit the inhib before, like, 1 more time. But, yeah, again, Azir?
This is going to be Azir, but silence. Sorry. Right, yeah, Azir caught out. Sorry, Azir caught out here. That's Azir popped.
Yeah, I had the same idea that you had when I saw the Soraka. I was like, oh, he got silenced. Wait, no, that's his own Soraka.
The Azir just stopped doing anything. I just assumed it was Soraka. Then I remembered, obviously, Soraka on his own team. This looks to be another one going down. Good QE by the Syndra. Gold card, but W'd by the Gangplank. Another inhib down. They will probably look to just finish off the 3rd and final inhib.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to end here. I think it might be a little risky. They might try and push for these 2 turrets to go down, though.
Looks like they are.
They are going for the end. It looks like that is Senna ult coming out as well. Qiyana. Frostmouth is going down. Zero. Everything is happening. Kled ult coming through, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Senna is just